dude. This is definitely in my interest spectrum.
What's up, everybody? We're back again today with another video. I am Kevin.
I am Tim.
And today we are tackling one of those songs that I've been keeping in my back pocket for a while, that I know people have messaged me asking me why we haven't reacted to the song yet. But today we are doing Falling in Reverse's Popular Monster.
Interesting. Anything I need to be warned about? This sounds like something we should have watched in the early days. Is there a reason why you've kept it in your back pocket?
Okay, so this song is this entire band is very polarizing because of the lead singer, Ronnie Radke. He went to jail for assault. When he came out, he tried to fix his life, and he got a lot of hate and a lot of shit for unwanted, or for things that he shouldn't have, and is still labeled as that bad person, and then that stigma sticks with him.
Yeah, for the rest of their lives.
And this is one of those songs that tackles a lot of those situations.
So was this before or after his?
After. This is his new band that he started a couple of years ago. This is one of the songs where he just illustrates just how talented he is and how multifaceted, not just he is as an artist, but as a storyteller. And I think it's something you are definitely going to enjoy, seeing as the musical background that you came from. I think you will definitely enjoy this one.
Remember to sub if you enjoyed the video, and hit the bell button so you get notified when the next video goes live. The original link to the video will be in the description. All the artists' socials will be below too, so you can find them in other places. Remember to support them directly. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave us a comment of what you'd like to see us review. We read and react to every comment.
Yeah. I wake up every morning with my head up in a daze. I'm not sure if I should say this, fuck, I'll say it anyway. Everybody tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. I don't know if it's a phase, I just wanna feel okay, yeah. I battle with depression, but the question still remains. Is this post-traumatic stressing, or am I suppressing rage? And my doctor tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. Yeah, it's not a fucking phase, I just wanna feel okay, okay. Yeah, I struggle with this bullshit every day, and it's probably cause my demons simultaneously rage. It obliterates me, the sentence overwrites me, annihilates me. I'm about to break down, searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. I'm a popular monster. Break down, falling into love, now we're falling apart. I'm a popular monster.
What are your first thoughts on that?
Damn. No, you're right, dude. This is definitely in my interest spectrum. It's I'm listening to the Popular Monster, and as he's walking through this and he's seeing people, but then they're changing forms. It's that's quite close to home for me. So it's there's a lot of intensity going on with what he's singing about, what you've told me, and what I'm busy experiencing. It's very intense, but in a good way.
Yeah, so the whole thing that I love about this song is the way that he starts out with a rap. It slowly builds until it gets to where it says rage, and then it just builds. It swaps over to a heavier instrumental. The band comes in and he starts screaming because he's angry. That whole transition of going from a hip-hop sound into a new metal-ish type sound, I figured would resonate with you a lot, seeing as you growing up Eminem, Linkin Park. It's like an infusion of those two.
Perfect infusion, yeah.
And I feel like the way that he is able to not just rap, not just sing, but then also be able to scream and then hit those high notes when he's singing is actually insane. And I want to go a little bit later, go through some of the words of the lyrics and explain what he is saying in the song, because I feel like it's one of those songs that is or much better to see the video first and then understand what the lyrics is about, because it's a very powerful song. It's a very powerful message and something that I think people can learn a lot from.
I think I'm going nowhere like a rat trapped in a maze. Every wall that I knock down is just a wall that I replace. I'm in a race against myself, I try to keep a steady pace. How the fuck will I escape if I never close my case? Oh my god, I keep on stressing. Every second that I waste is another second sooner to a blessing I won't take. But my therapist will tell me that I'm going through a stage. Yeah, it's not a fucking stage, I just wanna feel okay. Okay, motherfucker, now you got my attention. I need to change a couple things, cause something is missing. What if I was to lie, tell you everything is fine? Every single fucking day, I get closer to the grave. I am terrified, I'm fell asleep and I will again. Crush my car just to feel again. Let out race me, terrorize me. I am lately, cause I'm about to break down. Searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. Not a popular monster. Break down, falling into love now and falling apart. I'm a popular fucking monster. Here we go again, motherfucker. We're sick and tired of wandering, praying to a God that you don't believe. You're searching for the truth in the lost and found. So the question I ask is, where the fuck is your God now? Cause I'm about to break down, searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. Not a popular monster. Break down, falling into love now we're falling apart. Not a popular monster. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. I'm a popular monster.
Crazy, dude. Crazy. That's just, there's a lot to deal with there. And was that his daughter?
At the end, yes.
Yeah, okay. And I really, look, there was one thing that I felt Eminem did well, sort of mid of his careers, when he brought Haley on and introduced us to that way of him thinking. And I felt like this highlighted that really nicely, where, you know, you've just been through one of the most intense experiences, and as you've come out of it, the first thing you see or you feel is you think about your daughter and how she's kind of there, and she's giving you a reason to not be that person. That's kind of what I felt at the end. And it was just like, there was so much intensity of how angry he was at what's going on, and the craziest thing was that the way he resolved it was a way out of his control, but he's aware that that side exists, so it's like almost as if he's trying his best to deal with it, but at the end of the day, the people who are supposedly trying to help him aren't actually trying to help him at all. They're just trying to make him out to be the monster that they want him to be, and he really doesn't want to be that monster. So it's like, it's just that whole journey that he's going through, and it's very intense. And I loved it, dude. Like the rapping and the band and the screaming and everything that happened in that whole story that we got to be a part of was just, it was just awesome. And the impact moments were really good, and the visuals of explaining what he was singing about and what he was going through just kind of gave us that whole story. And yeah, I enjoyed that, even though it was as intense emotionally as it has been for me. It was really good, really, really good.
Yeah, so I want to highlight some of the lyrics, because as someone who has struggled with mental illness and stuff, and him singing a lot about depression and stuff, a lot of the things that he said like resonates a lot with a lot of people, and I feel like it's something that a lot of us have dealt with in the past. So he says that, I think I'm going nowhere like a rat trapped in a maze. Every wall that I knock down is just a wall that I replace. So it's this whole thing about him knowing that there's so much in his head going wrong and so much things that he doesn't have control down. He doesn't have control over. But then the problems that he has that he can fix, he just feels that the pressure is so much that he just puts new walls up every time.
As soon as he breaks it down.
As soon as he breaks it down, it gets so hard that he just puts it back. And then he says that I fell asleep at the wheel again, crashed my car just to feel again. That obliterates me, disintegrates me, and annihilates me. And it's just that whole thing of you getting to that point where you just break down. And then he says, because I'm about to break down. And then I'm searching for a way out. Because the public sees me as a liar, as a cheater, as a non-believer. And just because I'm popular, I'm now the popular monster. And I feel like that is for someone that is that big, having your entire life from mistakes that you've made and you're like trying to fix it, and then people just keep on hanging about those certain like things that you did and not believing that you can change, and then still just blames you and like thinks that you are that bad person even though you're trying to change. And then we get to the point where he goes, here we go again, we're sick and tired of wondering, praying to God that you don't believe. We're searching for the truth in the lost and found. So the question I ask is, where is your God now? And it's the whole thing of people always like talking nonsense about him, and he's just like, I don't care anymore. What you say to me, I don't care anymore. You saying that your God is the one that I should be worried about, a God that he doesn't believe in, a God that you don't actually even believe in. You just want to tell people about it, and you want to like force people to believe in something that they don't believe in themselves. And with all this being said, every one of us struggles with stuff every single day. Mental health is a very big issue in the world at the moment, and it doesn't get talked about enough. And the way that he is able to just talk about all his experiences and just put it in a way that not just people who love hip-hop, but people who love metal, people who love rock, who love all kinds of music, all can come together, have something for them, to have a story that they resonate with, which is one of the things why bands like Linkin Park were so big, because they dealt with teen angst and like all the depression and things that went on with being a teenager in the time that we grew up. And I feel like that music still being part in the world today is nothing but good. And everything that's happened to Ronnie over the years, I feel like that people should learn to judge a person on their actions that they're doing now, and not so much of things that they've heard in the past, because I feel like people can change. Yes, there are people that don't change, but people that seriously make an effort and do change, people need to stop having that stigma around those people and like give them the opportunity to actually be able to live a normal life, because I feel like it's not something that is happening.
No, and I think like what you're saying with this music video is that in an instance like this, in the world that we live in, they are addressing a problem and they're highlighting it and they writing it out in a way that makes us all be able to resonate with it, and it's bringing it to the forefront of how big an issue that it is. And it's really difficult when you've got that one story associated to a person, and every time you think of them, that's all that you get reminded of. But when you give the person an opportunity to change your mind, you are freeing yourself of that discomfort as well. So I think there's a lot in letting go of all of those feelings for something that's happened in the past and trying to say, it's done, it's happened, there's nothing that we can do to change it. But what you can do is be a better person today and going forward. And if you see the person actually taking those steps, making those actionable steps, you can actually learn to forgive them for the mistakes they've made, because you can see that they're making that effort to be a better person today. Because there's nothing we can do about tomorrow, there's nothing that we can do about yesterday, but all we can do is focus on today and try and be the best possible person.
If you guys enjoyed that video, please leave us a like below. If you enjoy the content that we are making, please consider giving us a sub. It really does help us, and we are on our way to one of our next goals. If there's anything else of this artist that you would like us to react to, please leave a comment below. And then, yes, we'll see you in the next video.